Okay, year nines, I'm going to run you through the constructing triangles My Maths homework that was set. Unfortunately, a bit disappointing to start with that only 5 people out of 27 actually completed it. If you have a problem on getting onto My Maths, either accessing My Maths or having a device to be able to do it at home, please let me know and I will arrange for you to have access to computers within school to do that. Okay, going forward in the next academic year, we're going to get into the process of, there'll be 2 pieces of homework set each week, one being a written piece, one being an online piece. So if you can make sure that those pieces are completed, okay, and then that will improve going forward the understanding and overall the exam scores that you'll achieve. Okay, so I'm going to go through this particular piece of homework that was set. So, constructing SAS triangles, and then construct these 3 using ruler and protractor on paper, then measure the 3rd side of your construction. Okay, so if we're looking to measure these out, okay, what I'm going to do, okay, so I've imported these questions into Active Inspire so we can show you actually drawing them out as I would expect you to do at home. So I shall need a ruler and I shall need a protractor. Okay, so let's look at getting these angles drawn, these triangles drawn. So first thing we're going to do this top one, which is 8.5 centimeters. Okay, let's just move that way. 8.5 centimeters, 90 degrees, and then 3 centimeters. So my first thing is draw an 8.5 centimeter triangle. Okay, so 8.5. You will have about 1 to 2 millimeters leeway, so you'll only have about that much leeway when you draw these for real in the exams. So just make sure when you're trying to draw it, okay, you're quite precise when you're trying to do that. Okay, now the 90 degree angle is right on the left hand side, so we go right to the left hand side line, making sure that the point is the end of the line is right in the center of the protractor. Okay, and on this one, because I'm going backwards from here, I'm using the inside measurement, so I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. Okay, I'm then going to just put a little dot at the 90 degree mark. Okay, that's the second one there. Right, so move the protractor out of the way. I'm now going to have to use my ruler, okay, and I'm looking to pivot that up. Okay, and I'm going on the first line, remember that one, just so there, and I need it to be 3 centimeters. Okay, so draw a line that's 3 centimeters down to there. Okay, right, rotate that back round. Now if I finish that triangle off from there, oops, it's easier to do it with a proper ruler on a piece of paper than it is like this, but hopefully you get the idea. Okay, we're looking to measure that measurement there, so we're starting at 0 on the top. Okay, and we can see that's 9 centimeters. Alright, so 9 centimeters, that's my first one. Okay, second one, just going to get rid of these lines here so we're not getting confused. Okay, next one. It doesn't matter how you actually draw these, you can do them exactly the same as what they are there. You can flip it so that one line is sort of like flat all the time. So this one again, I'm going to use 11.5 like it says, so 11.5. Okay, this time I'm given 9 centimeters. Okay, so I could say 9 centimeters. I could just leave my ruler there and do 9 centimeters. Now I don't know where that 9 centimeters is going to be. Okay, it could be there, it could be there, it could be there. Okay, now what I could do is I could grab a compass and I could measure my 9 centimeters. So let's rotate that up. Okay, now 9 centimeters, and I could just do an arc. So if I did an arc from there all the way around, every point on that particular line is 9 centimeters. Okay, now what that enables me to do is when I now get my protractor, let's move the ruler out as well. If I now get my protractor and put it in here, again I'm on the left hand side of the line, so I'm going to count on the inside of the protractor. Okay, so just trying to get that. Okay, and we're looking 26 degrees. So 26 degrees, 25, 26 degrees. Okay, so somewhere around about there. Now again, let's bring my ruler back in. My ruler on the end of the line. Okay, and I'm going to just rotate that down so I can draw from that point and go across to where it intersects the line. Okay, so that is my 26 degrees. And let's get these out of the way a minute. Okay, so that bit there is 26 degrees. Okay, we know this is 11.5 and we know this is 9 centimeters. Okay, we've already worked that out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my ruler back in. Okay, because I need to know what the other side is. Okay, you can see we need to know this left hand side. So again, put the 0 on the end of the line, rotate my ruler around, and that's going to be around 5.1 to 5.2, 5.3. So again, let's say 5.3 centimeters. Okay, so I've got 9 centimeters and 5.3 centimeters. Right, on the third one then. Let's get rid of all of these. Okay, and again, you can choose to do it whichever way you want to do it. You could have just done that with measuring it with the ruler, or you can use the compass to do the 8.7. Okay, it's entirely up to you whichever way you choose to want to do it. Okay, so let's just get my starting point again. Okay, this time 7.1. So 7.1. Okay, I know it's going to be 8.7 is the next one, so I'm going to choose to use the compass method. Okay, so again, let's drag that to 8.7. Okay, and then it's going to be anywhere on that line. Now if I chose to just do the ruler method, what I would do, okay, is I would grab my protractor. Okay, I would put that on the end of the line that I'm going to measure, and I need 115 degrees, so I need to make sure that that's straight. Bring it back in just a touch. Okay, 115 degrees. Again, I'm coming from the the right hand side, so I'm going to use the inside measurement. 100, 110, 115. Okay, now as you can see, 115, that means I'm coming off the edge of the page. Alright, so I needed to create myself a little bit more room, so let's just move this all across. Okay, so So 115 degrees, that's on there, 110, 115, and just put a little dot. Okay, so 115 degrees. I'm going to take my ruler this time. Okay, and I'm going to put the 0 on the edge of my triangle. I'm going to rotate my ruler around. Okay, and remember it's 8.7, and you can see how that's 8.7. You can see that's pretty much 8.6, 8.7 all the way around. Okay, so this time I'm going to go onto the two little lines that I've made, that point there, and I'm going to put my dot on 8.7, and I'm going to bring that line down there. So I don't even need to use the protractor in this method. You can see I could have carried that line on round. I've just measured the ruler there, and we know that that angle is, that angle in there is 115 degrees. Okay, we know this is 8.7, and we know that this is 7.1. Okay, so bring my ruler back in, put it onto 0, and rotate it around. How long is that? Okay, let's just slightly go. So we're looking at about 13.4. Okay, so from there, so we're looking 13.4, 13.5. So we're going to say 13.4 centimeters. Okay, so let's go back to one. The first one was 9. The second one was 5.3, and the third one 13.4. Okay, click on mark it, and there we go, we've got the correct answers. Now we could see that this one is the longest side, so we're expecting this one to be smaller. We can see that these two are the shorter sides. This is my right angle, so always opposite my right angle is the longest side. Okay, so we know that's got to be bigger than 9.5 centimeters. And on these two we've got two smaller sides, so we know it's got to be bigger than these two sides. So it gives us a good idea of what we're looking for. Alright, okay, so second question. Again, I've just copied these into Active Inspire, and we're going to use the same method. This time we're looking at constructing using ASA, so angle, side and angle. So we're going to draw this line. I'm going to use the line that we're given as a flat line in each case. Okay, so if I'm going to rotate this round, okay, so let's, my starting point, 9.9 centimeters. Okay, so there's my 9.9. Now I've got 33 degrees, so again I'm going to bring my protractor in on this side. Now we're doing this angle, so remember we've rotated this shape around to be 9.33, and then this one's going to be my 30 degrees. Okay, so 33 degrees from here, 10, 20, 30, 3. Okay, now bring your protractor across the other side. Again, same sort of place, we're putting it on the end of the line. Okay, this time because we're coming from the left hand side of the protractor, we're going to use the outside range, always start from 0. Okay, so if we count from this side, we're going to start from the inside because we're starting at 0. This side we start from 0, so the outside one. Okay, and we want 30 degrees. So we've got 10, 20, 30. Okay, so that line there. Now, okay, we now need to make those lines intersect. So to do that, I'm going to get a point from there and go across the two dots that we've got. Okay, like that. I'm not going to rub the excess lines off because you would lose marks if you did. Now it wants me to tell me what this angle is, this side is here. That's where the box is. It just needs to know this side. Okay, so I'm going to get my ruler. Okay, bring it across to the intersection point at the top. Roll it down, and it's going to be 6 centimeters. Okay, so I'm happy that that's going to be 6 centimeters, the first one. Right, the next one. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this. Okay, now the next one we're going to do, again, we're going to use the 7 centimeter line. Okay. So just point in there, 7 centimeters. Okay, we know it's 90 degrees on this end. Okay, and we know that it's 31 degrees on the other end. So again, 31 degrees, 10, 20, 31. Again, you get 1 or 2 degrees leeway. Okay, and again, I'm looking to go from the end point. Okay, I'm going through the point that we've just created with the 31 degrees. I'm making sure I'm going past my 90 degree point. Come from this end at 90 degrees, and it wants to know what the top side is, what the hypotenuse is. So again, I can take that ruler back to the start of my triangle, rotate it up, and that's going to be 8.1, 8.2. I'm going to say 8.2 on that one. Okay, so 8.2 centimeters. All right. Last one, 5.3, and then I've got 2 angles again. Okay, so this time come down to the bottom line. Okay, 5.2 degrees. Okay, it's quite similar actually. This time I'm just going to move my lines around. So we've got 42 degrees. So if we go to this line, okay, I'm going to rotate that around, so we've got 42, somewhere there. Move my protractor to the other side. Okay, and then this one's 103. Okay, so we need to go back a little bit, 103. Now you can see there we don't quite match up. So we're going to extend these out a little. So still doing 103 degrees on that one. I need to go back and make sure that I'm checking, because if I'm going to move it, then there's the potential I'm going to move the actual angle. Okay, so I'll put the protractor back up there. I want to make sure I'm doing 42 degrees. Okay, so 42 degrees. Okay, and it wants to know again the hypotenuse up there. So I can rotate that ruler around, and that's going to be 8.5, 8.6, maybe about 8.7. Okay, yeah, let's go 8.7 on that one. Okay, 8.7 centimeters. So 6, 8.2, and 8.7. So going back to my maths, 6, 8.2, 8.7, and then going to mark it. Okay, and you can see, always click see your summary. Okay, we've got 6 out of 6 on both of those, so full marks. When you're at this point, don't click practice because it'll take you back to redo it. Okay, always click finish and close. As soon as you click finish and close, that will lock your scores in. Okay, so sometimes if it tells you that you haven't checked out, that's what it means. You haven't locked your scores in. So always click finish and close, and that will finish your homework off. Okay, like I've said, any problems getting onto my maths or accessing the homeworks on there, let me know and we can sort that out. Also, you can have a look at my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting a lot more help videos on there to try and help out in relation to anything that's going to help. So if there's a topic you don't understand, let me know and I will put a how-to video on there for you. Okay.